Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this channel. Today's video is the continuation of the previous video on solved question of post basic BSc Nursing 2022 conducted by Rajasthan University of Health Sciences. Question number 91. Behaviors which get transmitted from one generation to another is known as option A, customs, option B, beliefs, option C, norms, option D, culture. Custom are the cultural idea or pattern of behavior in a social system, like shaking hands or bowing, etc. And belief are like the tenets or conviction that people holds to be true, and norms are the rules and regulation, and culture includes the way people in a society dresses or the custom they practice, like in marriage, etc., or the language they speak, etc. So the correct option here is option D, that is culture. Question number 92. In which stage the primary socialization takes place? Option A, adult stage, option B, prenatal stage, option C, childhood stage, option D, adolescent stage. Correct option here is option C, that is during childhood stage the primary socialization takes place. Question number 93. We feeling is an essential feature of option A, nationality group, option B, racial group, option C, primary group, option D, secondary group. In sociology, we feeling can be seen as a sense of belongingness among a certain set of people based on the common characteristics like religion, nationality, caste, etc. So here among this option, primary group is the correct answer, and we feeling is an essential features of this group, primary group. Question number 94. Which of the following is a primary group? Option A, trade union, option B, political group, option C, school, option D, family. What is primary group? In sociology, primary group refers to those personal relations that are direct or face-to-face, like the family group, or group of friends. So the correct option here is option D, that is family group is a primary group. Question number 95. Development of human being is influenced by option A, parents and teacher, option B, psychological and social features, option C, relatives and teachers, option D, heredity and environment. Correct option here is option D, that is heredity and environment. Question number 96. Intelligence quotient or IQ in mild mental retardation is option A, below 50, option B, 50 to 70, option C, 70 to 80, option D, 80 to 90. Mental retardation, MR, is classified based on intelligence quotients into 4 types. First one is mild, which is 50 to 70. Second is moderate, which is 35 to 50. Third one is severe MR, which is 20 to 35. And the fourth one is profound, which is less than 20. So the correct option here is option B, that is 50 to 70 is the IQ in mild mental retardation. Question number 97. While a corrupted person talks against corruption, which defense mechanism is he using? Option A, rationalization, option B, projection, option C, reaction formation, option D, identification. Rationalization is a process in which an individual justifies his failures and socially unaccepted behavior by giving socially approved reasons. Projection is conscious or unconscious, blaming someone else for one's difficulties. And reaction formation is replacing unaccepted feelings with the exact opposite. So the correct option here, option C, reaction formation. Question number 98. Dyslexia is option A, difficulty in reading, option B, illegible handwriting, option C, difficulty in performing simple calculations, option D, difficulty in speaking. Dyslexia is a learning disorder characterized by difficulty in reading. So the correct option here is option A. Question number 99. Quietness and calmness behavior in a just sexually assaulted person, indicating which defense mechanism? Option A, denial, option B, projection, option C, rationalization, option D, intellectualization. Denial is the unconscious refusal to admit an unaccepted idea or behavior, and this is usually the first defense mechanism used or we learn. And intellectualization is the acknowledging the facts but not the emotions. The correct option here is option A, that is denial. Question number 100. Flight of ideas is a characteristic feature of option A, mania, option B, delirium, option C, dementia, option D, anxiety. Flight of ideas is the rapid shift between topics that are unrelated. Here, the client's thoughts or the conversation move quickly from one topic to another topic. And the correct option here is mania. In mania, usually the clients have these features of flight of ideas. Question number 101. Absence of affect in schizophrenia is known as option A, apathy, option B, hypnosis, option C, aphasia, option D, euphoria. Apathy is the lack of emotional feelings, or lack of emotion. Hypnosis is the act of putting someone into a mental state like sleeping, and here the thoughts can be influenced by the therapist. Aphasia is the inability to communicate through speech or writing or through signs due to dysfunction in the brain. And euphoria is the excessive feeling of happiness. So the correct option here is option A, that is apathy. Question number 102. Which of the following is a bleeding disorder? Option A, leukemia, option B, anemia, option C, hemophilia, option D, leukopenia. Correct option here is option C, that is hemophilia. Question number 103. T cells mature in option A, thymus, option B, liver, option C, spleen, option D, kidney. T cells came from the hematopoietic stem cells, from the stem cells that found in bone marrow, and these T cells, they migrate to the thymus gland where they develop into mature T cells, and these T cells derive their name from the thymus gland. So the correct option here is option A, that is thymus. Question number 104. Thrombocytopenia is option A, low count of neutrophils, option B, low count of lymphocytes, option C, low counts of platelets, option D, low counts of erythrocytes. Low counts of neutrophils is called neutropenia. Low counts of lymphocytes is called lymphopenia or lymphocytopenia. And low of platelet is called thrombocytopenia. Low of erythrocyte is anemia. The correct option here is option C, that is low count of platelet. Question number 105. Which artery supplies blood to the head and neck? Option A, coronary artery, option B, mesenteric artery, option C, carotid artery, option D, intercostal artery. Correct option here is option C, that is carotid artery. Question number 106. Structural and functional unit of nervous system is option A, axon, option B, brain, option C, dendron, option D, neuron. Correct option here is option D, that is neuron. Question number 107. Balancing organ in human is option A, eardrum, option B, vestibular region, option C, cochlear, option D, organ of Corti. The correct option here is option B, that is vestibular region or vestibular system is responsible for balancing in the human body. Question number 108. Human placenta is formed by option A, amnion, option B, chorion, option C, allantois and chorion, option D, allantois. The amnion is the innermost layer that covers the fetus and is filled with amniotic fluids. Chorion is the outermost layer that surrounds the developing embryo or fetus, and allantois is the extra-embryonic layer that presents between amnion and chorion. And in human placenta is mostly composed of placenta is composed by both maternal and embryo tissue, maternal tissue and embryo tissue. However, it is largely formed by chorion. So the correct option here is option B, chorion. That is, human placenta is formed by chorion. Question number 109. The largest gland of human body is option A, thymus, option B, kidney, option C, liver, option D, pancreas. Correct option here is option C, that is liver. And if the question asks about the largest organ is the skin. Skin is the largest organ. Question number 110. Innermost layer of human eye is option A, retina, option B, choroid, option C, sclera, option D, cornea. Correct option here is option A, that is retina. Retina is the innermost layer of human eye. Question number 111. From where does the aorta originate? Option A, right ventricle, option B, left auricle, option C, right auricle, option D, left ventricle. Suppose here is the heart. Here is the heart, and the blood came from the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava and empties the blood in the right atrium or right auricle, and the blood goes to the right ventricle, and from here it goes to the pulmonary artery to the lungs, and from lungs the blood goes to the left atrium, and from left the blood goes to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins, and from here the blood goes to the left ventricle, and from left ventricle the blood goes to the aorta. So the correct answer here of option D, that is left ventricle. Aorta originate from the left ventricle. Question number 112. Which of the following does not act as a neurotransmitter? Option A, acetylcholine, option B, epinephrine, option C, norepinephrine, option D, cortisone. The correct option here is option D, that is cortisone. Cortisone is the man-made steroid. Question number 113. Which part of the brain controls higher mental activities like reasoning? Option A, temporal lobe, option B, frontal lobe, option C, medulla oblongata, option D, cerebellum. The temporal lobe, its main function is understanding language or memory acquisition or face recognition, and to process the auditory information. And frontal lobe, the function is for voluntary movement, consciousness or reasoning or creativity. And medulla oblongata, the main function is to regulate the cardiovascular system, respiratory system, and autonomic function. Cerebellum coordinates gaze, maintain posture, and control the muscle tone and voluntary muscle activity, but it's unable to initiate the muscles contraction. So the correct option here, option B, that is frontal lobe. Question number 114. Eustachian tube connects option A, pharynx with middle ear, option B, middle ear with external ear, option C, external ear and middle ear, Option D, middle ear with internal ear. The Eustachian tube connects the middle ear with the anterior wall of nasopharynx. So the correct option here is option A, that is pharynx with middle ear. Question number 115. The site of respiration inside the lungs is option A, alveoli, option B, diaphragm, option C, bronchi, option D, bronchioles. Correct option here is option A, that is alveoli. Question number 116. How many vertebrae found in the cervical region? Option A 5, option B 7, option C 10, option D 14. Here in human spine there are 7 cervical, 14 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral, and 4 coccygeal. Here in the cervical, the thoracic and the lumbar, cervical, thoracic and lumbar are movable, and the total movable vertebrae is 24 in numbers, whereas the sacral is fused and the coccyx also is fused. And sometimes the number of bones in the coccyx is counted as 1. So if the question asks about the total number of vertebrae in the spine, we can say 7 in cervical, 14 in thoracic, 5 in lumbar, 5 in sacral, and 1 in coccygeal. So that is total 30 number of bones. But if the option of 30 is not there, so we can say total of 33. Number of bones. And here the correct option here is option B, that is 7. 7 vertebrae are in this cervical region. Question number 117. The joint between the atlas and the axis is option A, ball and socket, option B, saddle, option C, pivot, option D, angular. Atlas is the first or the topmost vertebrae of the cervical column, cervical region, and axis is the second vertebrae of the cervical region. And the joint between atlas and axis is called pivot joint. And pivot joint is the freely movable joints that allow only rotary movement around the axis. Question number 118. Henle's lobe is found in option A, liver, option B, kidney, option C, pancreas, option D, stomach. Correct option here, option B, that is kidney. Question number 119. Cardiac output is determined by option A, heart rate, option B, stroke volume, option C, blood flow, option D, heart rate and stroke volume. Cardiac output is defined as the amount of blood ejected by heart per minute and is calculated by multiplying stroke volume with heart rate. So the correct option here is option D, that is heart rate and stroke volume. Question number 120. Comma-shaped bacteria is known as option A, spirilla, option B, helical, option C, vibrio, option D, spirochetes. Correct option here, option C, that is vibrio.